Guys, okay, I'm not sure where this girl is. And is this Arabic or Hebrew? I'm not sure. Help me out. Okay, so she's, has a decent channel with 10,993 subscribers. Um, I enjoy some of her videos are really good. Um, I'm not sure how good her English is. So whatever. Okay. Um, all right. And let's see here. Okay. I wanted to show you that because I'm copying one of these videos and I'm kind of telling you to hang on a minute. Let me just stop this one right away. Okay. You gotta be kidding, right? I don't care either, by the way. And to the lady that said I jumped around and swore too much, you're not welcome on my channel. I do this for fun. There are a lot of channels out there that put up wording, little heart doilies. They're in their danger zones, or they're in their little teeny bedrooms with gobs of makeup on, probably doing it off their phones. And then they hold up pictures and they put words on the screen, because the reason why they do that is because so they can get paid for their videos. And so the actual I don't know. I believe that's one of the reasons. I'm pretty sure it is, because otherwise they wouldn't get monetized. So I am who I am. I say what I feel. All right, let's do it. Now, I don't know if she has any news or whatever. I'm sure it's all like this puff piece bullshit stuff. But I was going through this and hang on a minute. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to slow it down and I'm going to pick it apart. Now, I'm going to mute it. I don't know. Well, we'll try it. We'll try it with the volume on. I'm going to pick apart what has been presented to us as people, okay, what the media, what the PR spin machine, for whatever God, I don't know what reason. Hang on one sec. For whatever God, I don't know what reason, the PR machine has told us that this is the next coming of Jesus Christ right here, this Duchess Meghan. And I wouldn't even call her that. I wouldn't even give her that. I've been reading some very, 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 and taking my time reading it, some very interesting stuff that I also, another source that I dig is, and I encourage you to go into this blog. And it's the Harry Markle blog. Harry Markled, I believe, or Markle. And this guy has put some really interesting stuff together concerning this girl. And I'm beginning to think more and more and more that when she met Harry, or was in the midst of her social climb, whatever the hell it was she was trying to pull off, or with regards to this whole Harry thing, this marriage, I think that there's something very weird. I think that there's blackmail going on. I'm not sure. But from what I can tell, she tried to go on Instagram or Tumblr or whatever the hell social media she was on. I'm very torn. I mean, Twitter's my favorite social media because it's fast, it's easy. You can get to your comments quickly. You can block people quickly if they're weirding you out. And it's real fast. It moves quick. Facebook, I'm not a Facebook fan because my clients see my name and they try to contact me. and I mean, listen to the crap I'm putting out. And most of my clients are in the inner city, so they'll call me racist. Yeah, I'm jumping around here. Okay, so let me get to the point here. The point being that she created these social media outlets and tried to create an image of herself. Let's get a picture of her up here. Tried to create an image of herself that, now this is running slow because we've got it on quarter speed, I believe. Okay. She tried to create some image of herself. All right. Right away, he's turning to, okay. No one, everyone's ignoring her. She tried to create this image of this down home, hashtag family first. I love my niece. I love daddy. There's just something weird about a grown, I don't know if I haven't called my father daddy since I was 5. I mean, I might, I don't know, use the word occasionally when I'm talking to someone in a sarcastic tone, like, I guess I'm going to have to borrow money from daddy again, like when I was selling real estate and couldn't get paid in time. I'd be joking around or whatever. Like, he just loved that boy. And he's keeping track of every cent. But I mean, I guess, okay, so daddy, family first, pictures with all the Markles all together. But then when we see what she's given the press, or what the press, it's all these weird, like, how can I put this? Weird, grainy, almost Photoshoppy black and white pictures. We don't see many from her college days at all, which leads me to question, did she ever really graduate? I mean, we've all done shit like gone to a year or two of school and maybe changed our mind because maybe that wasn't the right direction. She, I don't know, seemed cute enough, rather wholesome looking. But then she started going way too much in the plastic surgery and all this other shit. So I question why she's there. And that being said, when I look at some of this video that we're going to pick apart, and I may have to stop it, I don't know how long I'm going to do this for. As we pick apart some of this video, you will see, as we did during the Christmas walkabout, people really don't want, there's some people that are interested in her, but I believe there are many plants at the same time. It's not hard. This happens in the U.S. Oh my God, if I could tell you, if anybody out there lives in Milwaukee, all you need to do is look up and down Capitol Drive, which is a big, long, flat, like 30-mile avenue that goes, from the lakefront all the way to the suburbs. And you can just see all the buses going in and out, just bussing people around, whoever they can find, offering them packs of cigarettes, $5 bills, this, that, and the other thing, to fill out a vote form or to stand in place at a rally. It's just like, it's like politics 101. I mean, this shit's been, this is, it'd be so easy for them to grab someone and just say, hey, you want to be on TV? Yell, or there's a photographer there that wants to get a snap of her that, of course, knows that they're going to get paid since she's paying PR people and paying for stories. There's going to be a photographer or 2 or 3 yelling her name so they can get the picture and then sell it to the Daily Mail or put it on Instagram or whatever and make themselves famous. All right. So enough of that. I think we kind of get the drift that this could be, well, it is, in my opinion, there's something up here and it is weird as hell. Okay, so let's go on and let's watch. So we're at this point right here where she spent the night on the train with the Queen, came out with her extensions looking like absolute shit, wearing like some sort of a super sexy, like wearing a dress that's more or less trying to show off her body. I mean, too much? You know what I mean? Do you want to look super, super sexy in front of the Queen? I mean, is that your deal? You wanna emanate a sex appeal when you're with the Queen of England after you've only been married for an extremely short time? I don't even believe they went on their honeymoon yet at this point. She looked absolutely. I wouldn't want to spend a night on a train. I've looked into it. Okay. So whatever went on, my mother and this is the photograph. We'll come to it where this is where that was plastered all over showing the Queen smiling, and then Meghan knew the camera was on here, so she turned to the Queen so that it looked as though she was saying something to the Queen. Well, let's do this. Let's just, well, I want to pick all this apart. First of all, no one's looking at her, but yeah, I'm going in circles. Where she's, the picture, my mom said, well, the Queen just seems to love her. Look at all the pictures. And I'm like, okay, you're not even paying attention, are you? And I don't really think she is because, she's got more, I think my parents have bitten off more than what they can do for their age, frankly. I'm a little worried about them, but whatever. Okay, I mean, they just do too much for being their age. Okay, and they won't let me help them. So, I mean, it's just kind of like, all right, so let's do this. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. People who don't really study it are just getting this little snapshot. Oh, she's wonderful. Oh, Duchess Meghan. Oh, yay. Okay, let's go. Don't forget the sound is slowed. Not very impressed by Meghan and only want to talk to the Queen. Okay? Let's watch. All right, he's looking at her and then he immediately turns to the Queen. But it's like she's talking to no one. Because she wants to appear. Don't forget, I have this slowed down. It was like she was talking to the air. And I noticed that at Christmas too, where she lingered with Edward as she was going down the steps of the church. She lingered with Edward and then and we didn't see Edward, but it almost appeared to me that she lingered with him in order to get this grand photo op with her cheek injections or her cheek implants. Now, I've discussed this with people. They think the last person I discussed this with believes it to be implants. All right, let's keep going. So what she kind of does is she'll seek anything out she knows how to act. She's been trained with daddy. All right, let's keep going. There she is, always the hands on the hair. Now, when you have extensions like that are already falling out, and you keep touching your hair like that hair is all over the place. And I know because I've done 2 or 3 shared laundries where I've had African American women that I'm just saying it's all over my laundry when I get it back upstairs. I have nothing against them and they look beautiful, but the long black hairs are, all right, I have my own machine right now, but okay, let's go. Thank God. Well, it just makes it easier. You don't have to run around looking for quarters, right? Okay, so here we go. So okay, let's go to another one. Or what happened to my computer? All right. Here's the picture that was plastered around the world. Did you hear Meghan go, woo? Was that appropriate? The Queen doesn't seem to be looking at her at all. She's going, woo! She's trying to pander. She's just acting like she's some elderly person that she's visiting at a nursing home instead of giving her the respect she deserves. She's got one hip up. She's inching as close to her as possible instead of sitting in the chair appropriately as the Queen is, with your lower back. And there are different ways in etiquette to do it. With your lower back to the chair, you don't sit with one hip up, one hip down, edging it. Everybody, you get my drift. Look at how the Queen is sitting. That is how she should be sitting. She should be watching the show and not trying to pander to the Queen, but she knows that she's going to get a shot, that the cameras will focus in on her, and they'll say, look at the Queen and Meghan having such a good time together. However, we can see a huge hole in her extension line because she probably, I don't know what she did. She should have gotten it done before she went on that train and put like a do-rag on or put something on her head. I don't know what she's doing to this hair, but you can tell it's falling out. For God's sake, she has bald spots all over her head. And believe me, then what that does is when the regrowth comes, you'll get a huge colic and you'll have nothing but trouble. I've spent 2 years on one side of my head where one fell out and left a hole. Well, it wasn't that big of a deal. And I have blonde hair, so it doesn't really show and it covers it up. So anyway, let's go back and look at this in real time. All right. I put it to normal. Okay. Look at her. Woo! And then she's kind of in a way invading the Queen's space, but not really. But she's sitting inappropriately and pandering to her when her role as a representative of the royal family should be watching, respectfully watching the show that's being put on. Instead, she's looking at the Queen the whole time. Is that like Princess Diana? No, it's not. It's just not, it's not regal behavior. All right, let's go back one more time. And she keeps stroking her hair and all that shit. It almost looked like she had some in her hand and it was like falling out. Okay, now watch. All right here. Very excited by the performance. You can hear her scream, but the Queen seems uncomfortable. Okay. Now I'm going to slow this down because she does seem uncomfortable. Let's slow it all the way down. And let's turn this off because it sounds kind of weird. Okay, let's go. Let's put it back just a second or two. Okay. All right. Watch. No one wants to talk to her. Okay, now we've slowed it way down. Here we go. When you slow this stuff down, you can really see what's going on. Why do these girls all have the exact same hairstyle? That looks almost weird. All right, now focus in. All right, she looked at her and then she's watching the performance. The Queen just took her eyes, okay? and sort of winced when she screamed, sort of like, no, don't do that. Watch again. No one's interested in the street trash. All right, here we go. Watch the queen's eyes when she screams. At first, she kind of looked at her and then kind of took her eyes and went, ew, no. Sort of winced. I don't think this royal family likes this chick very much. All right, let's go. Now watch. She looked at her at first. Now, Meghan won't leave her alone. Instead of watching the performance, the queen, when she did that, the queen's eyes just winced. Now keep watching. Now she opens her eyes, very excited by the performance. You can hear her scream, but the queen seems uncomfortable. Now you'll notice the queen is consistent with how she likes to see the little kids and whatnot. Yet Meghan, instead of watching the performance, is chit-chatting with the queen and trying to get a conversation going with her. And that was the photo op right there. The queen kind of puts her eyes and winces, looks at her like, shut the fuck up, and then goes back to the performance. But that was her photo op. All right, we're coming to another one. All right, well, this is at the Invictus Games. Harry spots a friend. I might have done this already. I don't know if, I don't know if I did or not. So I'm redoing it if I did. He spots a fellow veteran with a leg amputation. He had his leg blown off. And okay. Something about, I don't know, any of you guys out there that are former military or what your deal is, but these guys that fought together, there is a camaraderie there that is their own world, and you do not get in the middle of it unless you have been there too. I know this from being with my father. I have learned to, I noticed this, back when I was even 18 years old and you had a lot of the Vietnam guys out at the bars, and you never brought it up. I mean, you didn't, unless you were another fellow soldier. So now my father, he is really into all his veteran stuff. And, he was chosen to go on the honor flight and did a whole bunch of stuff. And that was like so much to him. And, but there's a certain camaraderie that you don't interrupt. I guess that's the only way to put it. It's like their world, and you don't butt into it. Don't butt into it. Because I'm sure, I don't know what kind of people or what, but I just, with being with my dad, it's just, you don't talk about it unless they want to talk about it. A. And B, you don't push them. And C, if they find a fellow, and I don't know if he's met him before or not, but if they find a fellow, or they see someone, hey man, maybe Harry saw someone get his leg blown off. We don't know what went on when he was in Afghanistan, but you leave them to it, right? You leave them to it. You don't try to put yourself in the middle of a conversation with two veterans. You just don't do it. Big no-no. And look at how buff this guy is. Plus, he's got he's got a prosthetic leg. I did work in the O&P community. I did go into that in detail in one of my videos, and everybody just hated the fact that I did. But the fact is, I almost lost my left leg in a motorcycle accident, and it still could come off. And I have oftentimes thought, if that, and I do jog on this thing, if that happens, I will not ever give up. And so, when I see this guy trying to run on a fake leg, holy shit, I am impressed. So is Harry. This guy, whoever he is, amen, baby. You are. But she has to come in and be there. And there's no way she's going to miss that photo op with that fake leg. Harry leaves Meghan and goes to talk to a friend, but Meghan feels the need to introduce herself. This guy's looking down at the ground. And then she's all over Harry with her arms again. Why? Why does she feel the need to constantly rub him? It's almost as if she is a mother and she treats him like a 5-year-old child. Watch again. He shakes her hand because he's looking at the leg. She's touching her hair again. She's going to start touching him. Harry, he's not interested in her. Now watch what she does. What Kate would have done would be to talk to that, but the guy is not impressed, so Meghan gave him her back. What she should have done is instead of going over to Harry and rubbing him, she should have talked to this woman over here on the crutches. Wouldn't that have made, and by the way, what about your own wheelchair-bound sister, Samantha? How hypocritical is this? This is just wrong. All right. Are we still rolling here? Here we go. Okay, so this is running slow. That's okay. Oh, you don't want to talk to me? He totally ignored her. There she is with the hair again, with the left hand. There's a photographer to make sure she is in the picture. But she should be talking to maybe one of the girls there. But she won't leave his side. She's so immature. She has to control every single thing he does. Look at those hands. Look at the way she carries her body. What is she wearing? To hide the fake pregnancy. She's not pregnant. Look at now he's just like, wow. The second she came over, he just put his hand on his head and was like, oh, fuck. Shit. And he looks down at his leg because he's like what I just said. I mean, he's like, well, man, you rock. You go. And like I said, you don't get between two vets talking. You just don't. Get your fucking ass out of there and go talk. Somebody pointed for her to go over there. Nobody wanted to have a conversation with the bitch. So what is that, her assistant or something? No one's even looking at her. Look at this. Is that her assistant? I think it might be. I'm not sure. It's someone that's showing her around. No one is looking at her. There she is with the hand on the hair again. Nonstop. She grooms herself nonstop. There's something very wrong with that. All right, let's go to the next one. That's not normal behavior. Her hair all over the place again. But now we're told look at the belts all twisted up because the coat is going back. Now what happened here was someone has either the first or, let's see. Okay. Let's turn the sound on. And let's put it to normal. Here she is doing a walkabout. Meghan is amused by the fact that a woman has a same name as she is. Huh? Wait a minute. This is what I'm saying. I don't know. Okay. Meghan is amused by the fact that a woman has a same name as she, but Harry ignores her completely. Okay. Let's put it back. She shouldn't. And then she's always all over everybody with the hair. 1. Let's count them many times she touches her hair. 2. Because the strands are about ready. Twisted coat, messy hair. Okay. If you're at a walkabout, would Princess Diana have done that with Charles? No, you focus on what you're doing. You don't turn. Oh, she's got the same name as me. Oh my God. Isn't that something? Wow. This woman is so self-obsessed. And then look at the way she presents herself. Her coat's twisted, her hair's all over because she's got extensions, wigs, and real hair. And it's probably half fallen out of her head because she's overprocessed it. That's just a guess. He doesn't want to talk to her. All right, let's slow it down. You can tell if people don't like you. This is at the Invictus Games again. She'll keep touching her hair. Give it 1 more second. No one is even looking at her. There she goes, touching the hair again. Nonstop, all the time. She never, 1, 2, 3, never, look at her hands. Look at the position of her hands. She never stops touching herself. No one wants to even see her. No one cares about her except her assistant. She's trying to be a part of, look at the hands. She'll keep touching her hair. Just watch, because that shit's about ready to fly out. She grabs people. She touches people inappropriately. She's not pregnant. Look at how slender she looked. She had a little bit of cotton padding. Meghan shakes hands with everyone except that not very impressed girl. And Meghan doesn't know what to do. Okay, let's keep going. Is this running or what? Yeah, it is. Okay. You walk over to her and you say hello. You don't need to stand next to him all the time. Not if you're doing at least I don't know what the protocol is for that. Picking apart this stuff, you can really see what's going on. But that Christmas walkabout, there she is adjusting. What is she adjusting? She's adjusting her padding because it's moving around. She looks super skinny and slender. So she's shaking hands with everybody. And this chick won't even shake hands with her. She's looking straight ahead. No one really cares. But look at the shit. These guys are in really good shape for having lost limbs. Holy shit, man. Wow. I'm impressed. She's just touching her hair the whole time. I could fucking shit. I can't believe this girl never learned how to do her hair properly. Look at how skinny she is. That's not a pregnant woman. That's a fake pregnant woman. Look at how she slouches. She doesn't know how to stand up straight. Never stops moving her arms. Doesn't stand up straight. Hair all over the place. But then Harry wanted to save the situation. Still, no one's really looking at her except for the black guy, or one of them. Looks more like he's looking at Harry to me. This is all about just getting the right optics for her maneuvers. But she's not pregnant. Look at her body. That's not a pregnant woman. No way. They leave this poor woman out. Okay? Isn't the Invictus game for veterans that are disabled? I hope they are. If I'm wrong on that, I'm sorry. The girl is still not impressed. They just don't want to talk to her. I mean, who knows? She could be in a lot of pain and stuff. Yeah, she wants nothing to do with Meghan. And this is kind of Harry's baby, too, this game. I think it is. She still is just trying to get her. Look at how she slouches. That's not a pregnant chick. Don't you dare tell me it is. Let's go to the next one. Should we put it on normal? Let's put it here. Let's put it here. Let's go to one more. Touching the hair again. Oh, there. She touched it and then she put it down over her crow's feet. Did you see that? Never stops. There she goes, touching it again. People ignore Meghan and call for Harry. Then Meghan decides to go on the other side. No one is looking at her. Oopsie. What do we do there? Okay. We'll go. Well, hang on. Let me go. We'll get there again. Okay. Let's go. It'll come. Okay, hang on a minute. Let me put this to normal for a second. We'll pick this up later. I know this was kind of boring, but I'm just trying to show it's for people that really want to see sort of what's going on here and maybe haven't taken the time to kind of really figure it out. People ignore Meghan and call for Harry. Then Meghan decides to go to the other side. So let's watch her. No one is looking at her, and she's looking into a phone, and that's it. Everyone's calling for Harry. People ignore Meghan, ignores, this is what I'm saying. I don't know where this girl's from. She does a good job, though. Slow it down again. Let's slow it down just a little, okay? We'll do one more, and then we'll pick it up later. Well, she should have moved to the other side. Now watch this. Flowers are not for you. Just let me reach Harry. She's not giving. No, look at. She's not. She's trying. They want to give them to Harry and not her. She's taking them back. Look at this. She's taking the flowers back. Meghan was trying to grab them. She has another bald spot right here. She was trying to grab them from her hand. This chick doesn't have a clue. All right. There she's touching. Look at the way she. What a weirdo. Okay, now watch this. She's trying to grab the flowers. She takes them. This woman is trying to get them. She was going to shake her hand. Meghan thought the flowers were for her. She's a black woman. But this woman actually grabs them back. Okay. I mean, this is some really damn good shite here. This one has figured out here. But let's watch it again. This is where she goes to the other side because she's being ignored. She just kind of gives you the idea of just a street whore, doesn't she? Touching your hair and being sloppy and pretending to be pregnant and not being really dressed pretty. And so she goes to the other side. Okay, we've seen this. Because she craves attention because she's so narcissistic. But these people are all there for Harry. Why is that? Why do you think that is? Because she knows there's a camera on her. Touching her hair nonstop. All kinds of body expressions because she knows the camera's on her. Where she kind of went, ah! She knows how to pose. You know, where she kind of went down like, okay, flowers are not for you. Just let me reach Harry. Now watch this. Watch her hand the whole time. Watch her hand. Now watch her hand. She brings the flowers back. She's looking at her hand and she's trying to grab them from her. And she's pulling them back. She's like, no, she's like, no, these flowers are not for you. This one probably feels bad for her and gives her one then. Or no, wait a minute. Look at her hand. Then she ended up literally to save face. She literally had to steal them. Well, let's see what happens here because it's being covered up. These people are delusional if they think that she's really pregnant because she's not. She like stole them from this woman because she's street trash. That's why, with big, huge gaps in her hair. Look at her expression. Oh, this woman is like, no, they're not for you. Then Meghan tries to grab them anyway. She pulls them from her. And she's pulling her arm back. Look at those big spindly hands. She wants those fucking flowers, boy. She like stole them. I don't get it. She's delusional. She like literally used all her force to grab those from her. Oh boy. Okay. Let's do one more. All right. Meghan trying to engage conversation with the girls, but they are more impressed by that engine. Look at Meghan's reaction. Everybody's looking at the engine. She's got her hair in her face again. There she goes, touching her hair nonstop. All she did was basically, I'll call it, Meghan went to Australia to touch her hair. Because that's all she did the whole time. What she's doing is she's doing poses for the camera. Meghan trying to engage conversation with the girls, but they are more impressed by the engine. Look at Meghan's reaction. Did you see that? She's like giving her the evil eye. Then she takes those hands again and she's nonstop with them, nonstop. And she'll, within 1 second, she'll touch her hair again. With those dirty, there she goes. Just watch. Here she's going for the head again. She's going for the hair. She's talking. All right. What she does, it appears when she's in these photo ops, is she literally pretends to be speaking, but she's speaking to no one directly. She's just kind of saying words so that it's like she's talking into the air. It appeared she was doing that with Edward when she was leaving the church. Watch it one more time. It appears she just speaks just for photo ops. There she goes with the hair again and the hands nonstop. Drives me crazy. Because she wanted the photo op with the kid, but they're not even looking at her. So she took the left hand to the hair with the ring. She's insane. This one's insane. This is sociopathic behavior. I mean, it just is. So she gets pissed, but then she tries again. She's like, okay, well, I'm on here. There's cameras all over the place. Or there are cameras all over the place. And then she's kind of evil-eyeing somebody, and she's like, I've got to do something. So she's just talking into the air to no one directly. She's just doing hand gestures and talking and looking and speaking to someone, but who? Because no one's looking at her, being rude intentionally or not. It's addictive shit, man. You can do this with anybody. She was like speaking to the air. I've noticed this on a couple of occasions now when I slow down my video. I've noticed that she just looks and poses and uses her hands nonstop. I mean, there's something wrong with that. That is like refused to get the flowers, but finally William gets them for Kate. Well, this is last year. Well, yeah, they've got flowers for her. This is last Christmas. And I noticed Kate had like tons of flowers, and Meghan didn't had like one or two little ones that she probably stole from somebody. Those women probably spent their money. Look at now, she's got them here. Notice how Kate's not touching her hair every 2 seconds, and or because it's properly in a hat, so she doesn't have to. But she's not rubbing William all the time or posing for the camera. She's just being herself. But Kate always just gets tons of flowers. And she's not grabbing William. She follows behind him. Okay, that's how a lady should behave. But okay, there she goes with the hair again, always with the hair, nonstop with the hair. Oh, probably had a few strands that laid down on the floor there because she like pulls through it. There she goes adjusting her purse, nonstop movement, body movement stuff. That's what you do when you're not professional. Just not professional. Always has to look for someone or for approval. Something is always is looking to try to do a photo pose. Look at batting her eyes, touching the hair again, touching. Everyone said hi to the people behind except Meghan, who directly gave her back to them. Oh yeah, look at that. Because she wanted the photo op. Because she needs to be seen. She's like, wow, she is so okay. Let's put this to normal, should we? Wow. So I'm picking it apart even further. She's what she basically does is goes to these events. It seems to me that people kind of ignore her a tad, and then she smiles a lot, and then it makes it look like she's popular. But is she really? Is she really? I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and say no.